Thank you, Shillong, for your love and support for the past 15 years of our services. We are now upgraded to Blue Square Showroom. Come join the Blue Brotherhood.
Meghalaya Assembly Committee on Empowerment of Women MACEW kalapin te ba ka sarkar jala kan ai chingrap sanlak sekalong yeng joki arngut ki heprit shipara balakano ba kilasha penyap halau jong ukpa hagame jong kalai phautrik ujamang mendagasi ka phautrik ujaleu ka Committee on Empowerment of Women kalakot yo Director General of Police u Dr. Lajja Ram Bishnoi, ka chairperson jong Meghalaya State Women's Commission kong Peter Letoy, pa ka chairperson jong Meghalaya State Commission for Protection of Child Rights MSCPCR kong Yamun lang MCM bantip ya kejingya jong ka kam ha ka bayday par ka kejingja ka chairperson jong ka MACEW Dr. M Amprin Lingdo klaito baga committee kalayo jingte baknat social welfare kan nang pingbiang ya kejingdon kam ban ajingrap sya ki bahaying jong ki arngut ki hebret par pen pau ku jingkarmen bakatnat kan pendep no ya kini kejing temu kam kloy krang ba ki bahaying ru kinyo pan IT ya ka kam ha ki muktiar ki batwet banyakun ya ka kes kalong baga committee kala smuk ya kini kam ha ka ba kala ajing motru bagalong ka badon kam ya ka tanat pulit ka MSWC pat ka MSCPCR banya perlu jungbot lang ha ka bayday bat ka jing ujo jong kmie jong kiti ki hepret halo ka jing shasho halau tanga ubla penyap sendon ya laki khon.
We had a thorough discussion between the police department, the Commission for Women of the state of Meghalaya and the Child Protection Commission of the state of Meghalaya, and we have expressed our serious concern on the occurrence of this heinous crime on that day. We had sought from the police certain details, and we have found that it is now necessary that the police department, the Child Protection Commission of the state of Meghalaya and the Women's Commission of the state of Meghalaya should meet to discuss threadbare all detailed information regarding to A, the domestic violence that occurred, the registration of complaint by the mother of the two victims. We've also asked these three parties to immediately meet and take cognizance of all omissions and commissions as and when or if at all they occurred. As far as the status of the action taken report of the police, we have left it to the two commissions in the state of Meghalaya to have their discussions and to get back with a report to the committee for the empowerment of women of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. The one thing that has emerged from this interaction with the police department and the two commissions is that A, there needs to be a tightening of all cases of reports of domestic violence to the police stations across the state. B, the filing of missing children is another very important concern in the discussions that occurred today. We are of the opinion that this case should progress rapidly towards the charge sheeting. Otherwise, again, there could be a lot of unnecessary delay in the matter. I am not permitted to disclose all that we have discussed because the case and the matter is now in court. However, we are going to follow up and we are going to ensure that justice is not delayed, worse so, not denied, to these two innocent victims who met with such a fearful, horrible death. We are not permitted to dictate to the police to do its actions. However, we will put the pressure on the police department to ensure that the charge sheeting of this case should occur as early as possible. There are few procedures that remain pending. We are not the experts on this matter, but we will from time to time push them to speed up and ensure that this case is put behind us and justice is not denied to the loss of these two innocent lives. We have been informed by the Social Welfare Department that an ex gratia payment will be processed to the tune of 5 lakhs to the family of the deceased. They are processing it. We hope that this will happen quickly, and we hope that this will help as an assistance to the family to fight this case in the court and to get the best of lawyers so that justice is not denied. As per the briefings given to us in the deposition of today's meeting with the authorities, we are hopeful that not much time will be lost. However, we will follow up. We are not privy to the investigating details because we are not an authority that can have those details with us, and nor is the police required to give us those details. However, the two commissions operating in the state of Meghalaya are empowered as per law. So we must ensure that we push for the closure of this case with a coordinated effort between the police, the two commissions, and the Committee on Empowerment of Women of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. We have already requested the Women's Commission of the State of Meghalaya and the Protection for Child Right Commission of the State of Meghalaya to sit down with the police to talk about these detailed agendas. Yes, there seems to be some lapses, but we must remember, when a case has reached the court of law, we must respect that the judiciary will step in and take necessary action. We are just an assembly committee that is concerned about the regular occurrence of such cases, the regular projection of a perceived lapse that likely did not occur but have been seen as one. So we are not authorized to get into the legalities of what transpired on that day, and we have engaged the Women's Commission and the Child Protection Commission to take their role, which is a far more empowering role than the Assembly Committee. We have taken a few decisions today, and we have requested the DGP to make sure, number one, that women police stations and personnel manning them should themselves be aware of rights of citizens. Number two, whenever these incidences occur, you are bounded by law to involve all authorities in operation in the state. Why did that not happen? And because we have learned this very, very dear experience, we have now alerted systems in the state of Meghalaya to become fully operational. Number three, whatever gossip, whatever society is talking about should be dealt with. Any doubts? Was there a public bashing of the man to his wife? Let the Women Commission handle it. Was there a lapse with regards to the finding of missing children? Let the Commission for the Protection of Child's Right handle it. They are in a better position to handle these situations. We will await their reports. But henceforth, any domestic violence reported to any police station, must be taken seriously to avert a reoccurrence of such heinous crimes of this kind. We have talked about these two important dimensions of this case, and we have expressed as a committee our concern to the police authority that these apparent lapses should be verified. Was there a lapse? It is to be verified by the Empowerment Committee, the Women Commission and the Child Protection Commission. They will sit with the police and they will go step by step through all of those perceived understanding of what likely happened or didn't happen. But this is a big learning that domestic violence under no circumstances should be rushed away under the carpet on a perceived notion that everything was all right between the couple, which led to the murder of these two young victims. It is a fact that what if this was done? But just because it was not done, or whether or not it was done, is to be investigated upon. But henceforth, these cases need to be taken seriously. I'm assured now, in my personal experience, that out of 10 complaints on domestic violence in any police station, unlikely that 1 or even 2 will be taken up. Now we need to verify this with facts. We cannot presume, because this is a big allegation you're making against the police force in the state of Meghalaya. And we are not in a position to make those accusations at anyone until and unless the commissions do their diligence and make sure that they get these informations, prepare a report, and we will review the report by these two commissions in a later date. As far as our knowledge goes, to the deposition that occurred this morning before the Committee for the Empowerment of Women, there is a woman police station in operation in Rinjapias. The Empowerment of Women Committee of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly is a committee that will guide all authorized commissions and the police department operating in the state of Meghalaya. We have sent a message clearly to them that they must immediately sit to trace out any lapse and to consolidate with facts so that whatever action that is deemed fit by these commissions who have the authority to do that gets done and action is taken. We are not a committee that has the authority or the teeth to take those kinds of actions. But the Commission for Women, the Commission for the Protection of Child Rights are legal entities, and we have, through this interaction today, guided them to immediately take all facts into account, and once the report is filed to us, then we may be privy to whatever lapses, omissions or commissions that had occurred, and even if they didn't occur, substantial backup of facts should be able to guide the committee on taking further action.